Welcome back to Foothills Firewood, guys. My name's Britt, and today we're upgrading the gas station account. Let's get it. If you have been here any length of time on my channel, then you've probably heard me at least mention my gas station account. I don't know that I've ever done any videoing up there, but I have talked about it while bundling or making wood or splitting certain types of wood. I have one gas station account. It is the Stop and Save a few miles from my house, and they've been great. I've worked with them for a few seasons. The person before me, man, look at this beautiful day, guys. Holy cow, sun is beaming. The person before me, or the owner, someone has an ice chest where you would sell bagged ice out of that doesn't work, and so they've been using that to hold firewood, and they do sell a fair amount of firewood, but at the same time the guy was like, I don't think people know that firewood is in this thing. So I said, why don't you let me bring, you know, I can fab up a couple of IBC totes with just some caps on them, you know, a pallet with a, you know, a plastic roof is kind of what I did on one of them. The other one's just a 330 gallon IBC tote bladder cut and flipped over. So they're not super picky, they're happy, they just want to sell some firewood bundles. It's a pretty easygoing area out here. I live a little bit out in the country here, so we are going to get this stuff loaded up. We're going to take it up there. We're going to try to move the old ice chest with the tractor over to the back of the building or the side of the building, and I'm going to keep that, if I can, as overflow. So each one of these totes will conservatively hold probably 20 bundles. So I'll give them 40 bundles at a time, and then I can hold another 20 to 30 bundles in the ice chest. So if there's ever a time that I'm going to be really busy, or if I'm going to be gone for a while, I can stock them up with plenty of firewood, especially in the winter. That way they don't run out. They'll have that overflow. But before we load this stuff up and head up to the gas station, you guys got to check out this ramp I made. It's a natural ramp. My wife was not thrilled about this, but here we are. My tree guy asked me if I wanted to load a cedar chip, so I said absolutely. And when he got here, I had a different plan for him, but what I ended up doing was exponentially better than my first plan. If you can cut it, the wheel all the way to the left. Yeah, let's do that. Coming in and out of the wood yard, I have to go down the drive. I mean, not the wood yard, my bunker area. I have to go down the driveway into the woods and behind the bunker and around. That really keeps me from tearing up the yard. I have to do that because the entry and exit off my driveway to the bunker is probably a 3-foot drop. There's probably a 5 or 6 inches of concrete that's just a complete drop off the concrete, and then another drop off of just the grade here. So I'm going to spin you guys around and show you this little ramp that I made of just a big truckload of chips. And of course, you know, this is not perfect. It's going to settle. I smoothed it out with the tractor, and I've been going over it, you know, left and right with that thing. I love it. I'm able to turn right off the driveway, easy peasy, and be right here at the bunkers. Like I said, it's going to be hard to kind of appreciate the drop off here, but you can see kind of how that's probably 14 to 16 inches high of just chips right here. And then of course you can see, you know, the concrete. And now if you look down it this way, it might, I don't know, like I said, I can't tell what the camera is going to get, but either side of my driveway, I can drive off this with the tractor. The problem is my counterweight wants to smash the concrete as I'm coming down the hill. It's just too steep of a grade, but not anymore. Everything I'm doing, and this is kind of what I told my wife, like I said, she's chill about everything. Initially she was like, are you really going to dump that in our yard? And I was like, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. And she was like, whatever. But basically what I told her is everything that I'm doing up until this point is reversible. You know, if I want to spread this stuff out and just plant grass in it, it'll be dirt in a few years anyway. It's not a big deal. I'm not bringing in boulders or pouring concrete out in the yard. So anyway, I thought this was pretty cool. It's been super helpful for me, but let's go get these totes loaded up and head to the gas station. All right, on the back forks, which is how I'm gonna move the ice chest, I've already got a couple pallets and another tote. So I'm gonna pop this one up here in the bucket and we are gonna ride dirty. Maybe we should strap that down. All right, I think y'all know the rules. That ain't going nowhere. All right, guys, so this is the Valero Stop and Save, and this is what we're working with. And I just load my bundles right in here. We're gonna see if we can't pull this thing out and relocate it and put a couple totes here so you can see the bundles. All right, so we've got the Firewood ice chest moved over here to the back side of the building. I've got it up on two little rocks there. If any reason I need to come back and get forks under it and move it again. I think they'd ultimately like it back here, but with this kind of being unlevel and not having any straps to strap this thing down with, I felt like this was the safest place. All right, now we're just gonna get the old stuff out and put it in the new tote. All right, guys, I don't know what I was measuring when I did this, but two of these sticks out in front of their window and signage a little bit. So I'm probably gonna have to pull one around back and leave it here in case they want to. If he says he's fine with this, then I'll come back up here and just throw this right in the spot that it's in now. If they say that they just want one, then we will leave it at that and I'll come back and get this tote. This is where I come fill up gas anyway, so I will be back. Well, we might as well fill up while we're here. I didn't need much though. We'll see what she takes. I don't know if you can see it, but that's 1281. 3.6 gallons. All right, guys, we are over here at my buddy Chase's house. He lives right here across the street, and him and his dad work up wood as well. I'm actually right through all of these trees on the other side there, so we are friends and neighbors here. And the tree guy brought them a load of what he called walnut, and they were second guessing it, so they asked me to come down here and take a look at it. And I am second guessing it as well. Obviously I need to put a saw through it, but I can tell you right now, this and this and this is sugar maple. That's hard maple. And you can tell because you've got a really robust network of English ivy on the one that he was calling a walnut. These are definitely old growth pecans. Again, we need to run a saw through them just to make sure. Pecan is a hickory, and hickory, you know, is a walnut, so it's kind of tough. There's true hickories, and then there's pecan hickories, and then all of those things are in the Jugglins family or the walnut family, so it kind of gets convoluted. But nevertheless, yeah, I told him I'd swing by and take a look and ID these. Best case scenario, we could run a saw through them. I'll know immediately if it's hickory, but I'm pretty sure just by looking at it that it's pecan. And I know this is sugar maple, so he's got a couple different trees here. Off a quick glance there, you know, it kind of looks like hickory, and then you get to pieces like this, the bark looks like pecan. And with that, we have the gas station account all squared away for now. I went ahead and loaded the bags in. Like I said, I miscalculated 2 totes. I think they'll probably end up letting me put 2 up there anyway, but in case they don't, I did put the second one around the back. I did load the first one up, and we'll see how it goes from there. Hopefully we can put a second tote up there, but if not, it's no love lost. Beautiful ride today. I mean, the weather is top notch. You guys see, I would say not a cloud in the sky just because it sounds good, but there are clouds up there, and they're beautiful clouds. Yeah, I mean, I love this time of year. I don't get terrible allergies. I could see where somebody who did get terrible allergies would hate this, but the whole way of me riding home from the gas station, you know, cruising 15-20 mile an hour, I could just smell honeysuckle and flowers and blooms. I mean, it just put a smile on my face. So I appreciate you guys spending some time with me today. I appreciate all of the likes, the comments, the subscribes and shares. And until next time, we're out here having fun. Thanks for watching.